With Pep was we need control. With Jurgen is completely the opposite. Is that I want to be comfortable in chaos. I am Thiago Alcântara, former Barca, Bayern and Liverpool player, and I will go on break down and to talk about Guardiola, Klopp, Ancelotti and Flick. To play under Guardiola is to learn how football is and how you have to play the game as a team, how you have to face a team as well, how you can find the weakness of a team. First of all, Guardiola played a 4-3-3, very known. We have to have the value of the players, the huge quality that we had in Barcelona, that he used Sergio Busquets at shifting him in the middle, a bit left, because we have to create a space for Xavi to intervene in the initial part of the game, and then finding Iniesta, Pedro, Messi, whoever who play in that position. We didn't use that much Puyol to go to make the first pass of the game, but we used a lot of Piqué. And it was amazing how the team clicked at that time. They found the passage just right and go into the next phase of the game, next position, next area. So we were very delighted to see how players, they get to know very good how they play, but most important, how their teammates play. The most specific thing that Guardiola asked us as number 8 or 9 in Barca's game or Bayern's game was to occupy an area of the pitch that we marked in trainings, that will be our area. Don't move from there, because at the end you will create a chaos in the order that he wanted. So you have your line that you have to have this physical thing that you go upside down all the time in the game, but you have to have this, because then one of the rules in the game is that for us in the midfield, that passes must come in diagonal all the time and your control must be diagonal. So we create this space for us to face the ball and receive in a position that you can, with your first touch, already make a pass or make a 1v1 to generate something extra for your team. So in this case, if we occupy these areas, we could see where our rivals are, first of all, because we have to find always the shoulder, the backs. So if we move a bit forward, we can receive the pass and we are already gaining a position to make the final pass and create a chance for our team. So I think it was that duty, that while the ball is in one side, the other 8 must be in a position already, or to run through, or to find when the ball shifts to the other side and creating a new situation. You have to think that this area, for us as a number 8, we have to be protected. We have to have this eye on how these 3 players must behave. You are the guy not just participating in attacking, but you are having an eye on these players here. When we shifted and we say, okay, we don't have to lose this player in an attacking position, we have to move him forward, so Messi is dropping here because defense will drop with him and the wingers will run. Here, there are 2 things. Or you run as a number 8, or you wait that he runs. You're having one extra player here, so you're all the time facing let's say a 4v3, 4v2 situation here. So when you create this superiority here in the middle, you will win the game, because you will find these passes here. If you find this player just will turn and make difference if they press him. So you have this, the 2 wingers they are dropping behind the defense line. So you have these tools in your game that if you close your eyes, you just make a pass. You have to see them first coming and you just drop a pass, because you know that these 2 players are running if Messi is dropping back. So you have this extra player for possession, you have this extra player to generate a superiority in the middle and drive forward, and you have these 2 players that they are waiting for these 2 guys to press Messi and they can drop in the back. When we played for Pep at Bayern, it changed a bit, because Messi, you just have one. It is the only player who makes a huge difference, a huge impact in the game, as he does. So in this case, we had Robert Lewandowski, we had Fran Ribéry, Arjen Robben. You have 3 machines in front that they will score the goal. And here they were very linked, the fullbacks with the wingers. We have Philipp Lahm with Arjen Robben, with Fran Ribéry, here with Alaba. So they were very connected all the time. They were never in the same height, never in the same line. So when Frank was outside, Alaba was inside. When Frankie was inside, Alaba was outside. So they will change and then they will mix it up. Then for us at number 8, we were I can say a team that Xabi Alonso, Arturo Vidal, and I, that we have different profiles of players. That a player that needs to have the ball and he can find different kind of passes because he has an amazing foot. Then you have Arturo Vidal, that he's a box-to-box player, and you have myself, that I prefer to be in areas behind the midfield line to find the last passes. So I'm very connected to these players. I'm very connected with all offensive four players. You get to know that this player in some point will run. I can be switched with Xavi, knowing that this position I will lose a bit, but you have to maintain a bit the structure, as I said at the beginning, your line. And then you have Robert Lewandowski in front, that he's not a false number 9. He is a proper number 9 if we have to stretch the team, that those players can come inside and play as well. So instead of having a false 9 and you create 4 more players in the middle, you're having 5 with them. But also you have players that they can be steady here for a long time. So you have these 2 players that they can generate you in the middle, they can generate you in the wing, because they know that the fullbacks, they are so good that they will come to help them and make a final cross or a final situation. Ancelotti, what he's amazing is about recognizing how the players are, their skills, the weakness as well, and to profile a team that embraces the way that each player is, but then putting them together to have an harmony. One of the main things of him is about, you have to be competitive. And competitive means that you have to be hungry, having this aggressive side of you, that you want the ball. When you have the ball, to have the quality to make a strong pass, to make a good action. So it's about that. He's so competitive, doesn't look like, because he's so calm and gentle, but you are competing, it's football, so you have to deliver in this case. So he expected that for the players. That's why he relies a lot in the experienced players, because he knows that they will deliver. It was different, was a 4-2-3-1 that we have a number 10. The main thing I remember, the change, that we never, as a number 8, you have to drop that much back. And for the first time, you had to drop it here to make this 3v2. And then after that, football is like that, is a 2v1 situation all the time. So when you have the ball and the winger is coming to press you, you can find your winger that coming inside, you can find the number 10 is coming inside, you can find straight away the pass to the fullback. So it was about to creating a 2v1 situations in every situation of the pitch. He got you the freedom that you have to have the pass, but you have to progress. You don't have to take a look, because then the team is just shifting. But it was tough for us, because if you are doing here and the ball doesn't go this side, but suddenly you find the other pass, it was way too long for us to cover this space again and join the team. It worked a lot. We were very successful for a period of time there at Bayern. And I think it was that massive change that was more direct the game. We didn't have to find that kind of extra pass all the time. We have to just find where each player won the ball, in the space, on the feet, or depending where the skills of the players are. Under Hansi Flick, we used to play 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 when we were at Bayern. The change of a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 that we know is very important, the number 6. The number 6 must cover areas that we don't used to cover. The number 8 must always be in charge of the players that is in front of, let's say, the area of the ball, and the other number 8, more as a number 10, is related to the number 9, because they're covering the defensive midfield of the other team, and the 6 and the 8 are covering the other lines of the midfields or the attacking positions. I played a lot as a number 6 with him, as a midfield player. He loves that the fullbacks, they press high to the fullbacks. So when we shift the game, we can shift with the other centre-back, we can shift with the fullback, but sometimes this player is dropping, and we didn't have time enough that our centre-back come here and the fullback covers the other number 9. We have to do that task. So when he drops, they drop, and the mate must be clever enough to cover this area, because if they don't find this pass, they will try to find this pass to drop and to reach you to the weak part. So we have to cover this area. The other 8 must avoid that the team, they can find straight away the pass to the other side, to your weak part. So you have to be more intelligent. You have to read the game. It was incredible because it was pretty easy to understand. The team must flow. You were there in a position when you know already that they're gaining the offside, you are already in the midfield. So they have one player less. And now suddenly they are playing with one player less and you can press them. So you're pressing high. The number 6 that run is already in a position to cover, and the 8 that was covering is already an extra player to press. So you fell all the time in superiority positions, for sure. The bad thing that we have is that when they find this pass and they can find a long pass to the other side, but we had many situations in Lisbon in the Champions League final and semi-final against Lyon and PSG that they found a way the straight pass to the other side. We were killed, but it's very difficult that this player can find you straight away the pass. I know one fullback that can do is Alexander-Arnold, that he can do that pass, but the rest, they need this extra pass. To play for Jürgen in the time that we almost won the quadruple, was just about to win Champions League, 1 point from the Premier League the title as well. It was an amazing experience. We had great players with great energy, very physical for the league, but then we have this magic quality that we just created situations from nowhere. So it was a great team. I was under German coaches before, and you know that will be intense. When they're in a period that they are not so good, but they overcome is because of the energy, it's because of the intensity that they put in effort in trainings and then in games. And with Jurgen was all about energy. As I explained before, with Pep was we need control, rules that we have to have before reaching the final area. Then is when liberty is coming. With Jurgen is completely the opposite, is that I want to be comfortable in chaos. We have a very physical team that we want to play the ball. We want to play straight pass in front. We want to recover the ball and play front pass as well. What generated more benefit for the team regarding the energy we had is about the pressure we did when we lost the ball. So we did, I think it was faster than ever I've seen in my life, that the other team had the ball. We were already like making a cage. We were all the time putting traps for them. So when they had the ball, we just recover the ball in situations that already we can go with a 1v1, or we pass the ball and our attacker player was in a favorable position. These two players, as a number 8 and number 6, are playing both positions. They are very linked. This player is always the physical profile that he will enjoy more the attacking position. This case I had with Fabinho, with Gini, with Ronaldo, have with Hendo. Can play together, but we know that we have to be involved with these guys in the pressure, and we have to be involved with these guys to attacking. Because they can do a lot by themselves, because Luis Diaz, when he came, he was outrageous. But we need these extra players, because Bobby was always a guy that he will always look more for you than for himself. So it was a team that was, as we all know, was rock and roll, and we were comfortable under the chaotic situations. The game was to be everybody overall, but we were very comfortable in these situations because we know that after that action, it doesn't matter where you are on the pitch. If the ball is here, you have to go. The thing that we changed when I arrived is that the number 8, when we are pressing, for example, in this situation, when the ball is coming this way, you as a number 8, you have to come here to press. The rule number 1 that I had my whole career with, for sure, Barcelona school, Masterclass school, is about you don't have to lose the middle because the game is here. So when you're here, you're missing a play in the middle. So it's a thing that we had to change because the teams, at the end, they were coming with an extra player here. Our center back was not coming, and we ended up with a 3v2 here. High energy team, high energy coach, and I remember all the sessions were like nearly, the energy was like a game. Running without sense, it doesn't, as I said, it's just running. You have to run because it's the demand of your position, it's the demand of your team. Under Flick in Bayern as a number 6, I run a lot, but you have to run because the number 6 was like an extra defending sometimes because we were very aggressive. But then in Premier League is because not just the way we play, but also because of the league, because you have much more intense players, you have more physical players, and you have to adapt. You know that the transitions will be like waves all the time. And you have to adapt to that wave. They don't wait for the throw-ins. They don't wait for situations happen. We always say that in England, they love to be in duels, in 1v1 situations. So for them, a throw-in is a 1v1 situation. A goal kick is a 1v1 situation. So all the times coming this way that they are in 1v1. That's why it's not about because they are stronger, faster, or whatever. It's because they love that this player is against this one, this player is against this one. And we all the time having to be against someone. It's not about you're free, you can breathe.